Mark, I need to purchase a load cell. What are some of the things that I have to be concerned about, or what am I looking for when I go to do that?
Well, I guess the first thing I would look at is whether or not the key performance characteristics meet the demands of the application. And we've got so many different load cells to choose from. There's a lot of load cells that we've made that are not in the catalog as well. So if somebody has a rather unusual application, they should reach out to us because we may already have a solution. And if not, we can certainly develop one.
So, for example, obviously full-scale output, creep, nonlinearity, hysteresis, those are some of the key parameters. The capacity of the load cell, you've got cable length, type of cable, type of material. That kind of summarizes all of those main things that you're looking for.
It does as far as performance, and then for the actual application engineering or the use of the load cell or the installation of the load cell, we want to find a load cell that's going to be mechanically suitable to go into whatever the mechanical apparatus or device or how it's going to be installed, whether it's a pin load cell or it's a low profile load cell, or it could be something that's designed very specifically for a very specific application.
All right. So, for example, when you're talking about a specific application, I've got a telehandler, I've got a boom lift or a forklift, and I'm concerned about that uplift in the rear axle. Do we have something that would fit that application?
Yeah, we do. We've got that kind of leads us into maybe three different load cells that we could offer. Specifically, if you're worried about whether or not the load is shifting down at the axle, if the weight is coming off the rear axle because the boom lift is extended out and the weight may be getting close to its maximum, we have a extensometer. It bolts right to the axle case, and what it can do is measure the amount of deflection that's happening within the axle case. So if weight is shifting from side to side, if ground's getting unstable, or if the weight is coming off the rear end, then that axle is going to deflect less, and that's going to get picked up by that extensometer. We could also put a shear beam load cell directly underneath the platform or the lifting points, or we could certainly use a gauged load pin to go in any kind of a clevis area where there's already some type of just a clevis pin now that's just a dead pin. We could replace it with something that's a live pin and capture that force that's happening as load is increased or decreased.
Great discussion. Thanks, Mark.